I'm back again. There will be a video. There's a video uploading just now at the speed of an arthritic snail because Virgin Media are a bag of fucking shit. I've had a letter from Marston's. Now you will remember Richard Gilbert in Unlawful Arrest Parts 1, Part 2 and Part 2 of 2, and who's had over 50,000 views on Part 2 of 2 alone. And the other week, last weekend I think it was, I found out he's actually still working for them, unlike Chris Green, who was presumably sacked because he's a law-breaking piece of shit. I don't know. Well, he's no longer working for them, so... He was the one that was going to arrest me under the Domestic Violence Act for non-payment of council tax. Because obviously non-payment of council tax is domestic violence. So despite telling the court that obviously the CPS told me the court case wasn't going to get ahead, so I didn't go. God, yeah, excuse me. And despite obviously the case being out of time because they have 6 months to get you into that sort of final court hearing, and I was initially arrested on March the 24th of last year, and the court hearing was November 9th, because they kept on having cosy little meetings with their pal, Judge Enright, who told me to... actually, the clerk of the court told me to stand in the dock when I was just there to observe and shut up and not give any evidence or, not allowed legal representation at all. And then Judge Enright told me I wasn't allowed to publicise this case, and I wasn't allowed to contact the court, and I wasn't allowed to speak to court staff on any level. So this will be getting sent back. What's interesting though is apparently they can't. You're not subject to arrest anymore by either a Marston's employee or a police officer, which they made great fervour of in the documents they used to post through your door. So apparently that's gone. Can't imagine why, because as we all know, Marston's are a policeman. That's what they fucking say. They can arrest you, so they must be. So it was a £680 fine for assault a constable in the execution of her. Full stop. It was her duty, but they've missed that bit. But that'll be the same as a arrest warrant that the police have. It just has to have the correct property address on it. The name or the date of birth or anything else doesn't have to be right. So that can't question that. Nah. Who you owe the money to? Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunals Service. How can I owe the money to a court? That's supposed to be a public service. I'll leave that one with you. They've already stuck 75 quid on it for sending me a fucking letter. Price of fucking stamps must be going up these days, isn't it? There's a little box here, a little outlined box that says, what does it mean? Compliance, the stage you're now in when we send you this notice of enforcement. Is that fucking right? So because you sent me a letter, I'm now in the compliance stage. Oh. Again, I'll repeat, the court has been told this was a completely unlawful hearing. The court was told in no uncertain terms this was an unlawful hearing. So that it's going to get sent back via post. You must pay the total amount you owe or phone us to discuss your circumstances by the date and time below. We may be able to offer a payment plan. It's on Monday. If you don't pay, an enforcement officer will visit you and may seize your belongings. Do you notice they've stopped saying seizing goods? They always used to say that, didn't they? Things are changing, kids. Get your hammers and chisels out. Let's just keep tapping away at the bastards. So this is a completely different approach. It was in a sealed envelope, whereas they used to just stick a card through the door which anyone could read. That was also illegal, but none of them have been arrested for that because they're all above the fucking law. There's an enforcement agent's reference number. No enforcement agent mentioned. Oh my gee, you don't have to fucking sign anything these days, do you? No, it'll be an administrative process, so they're above the law. They don't have to sign documents to make them legally binding. It's not signed, of course. Date this issue of notice 20th. When was the 20th? Was that Tuesday? I think. No, I don't want calculator. I want calendar. Tuesday, yeah. So this probably got to me on Thursday, and by Monday, assuming it was a completely lawful court hearing, which it wasn't, they expect me to coin up 680 quid. Oh dear. Never mind. Not that bright. Actually says a warrant of control has been issued by Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Service when you were told the case was totally fucking unlawful. So you've completely fucking ignored that. There's no reason for anyone to obey the law anymore, guys, because these guys don't. Seriously. There is no reason for anyone to obey any fucking law whatsoever in this land. Go and do what you fucking want. Because these guys, Courts and Tribunal Service, they don't give a fuck about the law. They just completely fucking ignore everything they don't want to hear. A bit like the fucking vile, fuckface, wanker police. Oh well, we'll see. Ta-da.